It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And now we have to finish for the American public.
First at 5, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy is getting closer to victory in the hard-fought struggle to become Speaker of the new Congress. 15 of the 20 conservative holdouts switched to McCarthy's side on the 12th and 13th rounds of balloting today. However, he still fell short of the votes needed. Good evening. I'm Tiffany Kenny.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. The House has adjourned until 10 p.m. as McCarthy works to round up the final votes he needs to become Speaker. Taylor Hernandez talked with a political analyst today about this once-in-a-generation situation. She joins us now in the studio. Taylor?
Well, Felicia, Tiffany, it hasn't taken this many votes to elect a House Speaker since before the Civil War. The poli-sci professor I talked to today said the irony of the entire situation is electing a Speaker is supposed to be the easiest part of the entire congressional session. While Kevin McCarthy has not received the majority of the vote yet, significant progress was made this afternoon. 2 of the 3 Florida Republicans voting against McCarthy the previous 3 days did vote for him today. The only remaining holdout from Florida is Matt Gaetz. Something to keep in mind as we head into the weekend: if a Speaker isn't elected tonight, voting can continue even if several members of the House do not attend. The threshold to secure the speakership is just the majority. It's not a concrete number. I asked a South Florida political expert what this situation should signal to the American people about what's in store the next 2 years after a speaker is elected.
The one takeaway that I can take, that I feel fairly confident in saying, is that the speaker is going to be in a much weaker position than is typically true of a speaker. In other words, I'm sure that Representative McCarthy had to make a number of commitments that basically limit the amount of authority that he has to run the House.
And while we don't know the extent of those concessions that Representative McCarthy agreed to, McCarthy did agree to reinstate a House rule that would allow any single member to call a vote to oust him from the office when or if he is elected. Again, the House will reconvene tonight at 10 o'clock when it's expected to take its 14th vote for Speaker. Taylor Hernandez, WPBF 25 News.